Super 7, a vintage toy alike company, has put out a bunch of different new muscle releases. Now, for people who aren't familiar with Super 7, their thing that they do is they like to take licensed brands and make vintage interpretations of those licensed brands as if those toys came out not today, but back in the day. So they have the Street Fighter brand, the Aliens brand, a lot of other movies and stuff, and smaller toy company brands like Masters of the Universe and Mega Man. And they'll do that traditional, let's say, Star Wars 3 and a quarter scale with the limited articulation and limited paint. They did that with Street Fighter toys. They did that with Aliens and Rocketeer. And then they also like to do what's called their Muscle subline, which is they actually own the rights Super 7 to the Muscle brand, which is the Keshigumu small little decoy sized figures. And so instead of just doing it based off of the Kaniku Man brand, which what Muscle was originally during the 80s, or as you people know, Ultimate Muscle, they do something more similar where they take that muscle concept or that Keshigumu concept, which is very common in Japan, and they apply it to all those different brands. There's the muscles of He-Man, there's muscles of Alien, Mega Man, so many others. So what am I getting to exactly, and what does it have to do with Transformers? Well, recently on the Robotech Twitter and on Super 7's Twitter, Super 7 Store, at Super 7 Store, they announced that they're soon going to have on their website their Robotech Muscle line. Now, what this has really to do with Transformers is when Transformers had their own version of Keshigumu, which was known as Decoys, which were pack-ins that came during the 1986-1987 Transformers, the little rubber figures that were monocolored. Certain designs, obviously, of certain G1 characters didn't get those decoy, treatments. And obviously, any of those that were based off of that Bandai origin, case in point, Jetfire, obviously didn't get that treatment. So here we now go back to Robotech, which is what Macross is, ported through Harmony Gold and what was called for many years, and unfortunately is still um, under Harmony Gold's Iron Fist, so we're kind of limited on Macross stuff when it comes here in America. But one good thing that does come of it is we have this muscle line that's coming. And this muscle line is going to be essentially a line of four different releases. Each come with 3 figures, priced at $6 each, and you're going to get one of many different Robotech based characters. Some of the human characters, some of the mecha characters. The reason why this has the Transformer connection is the Roy Fokker VF1S Valkyrie, which is what we know today as what Jetfire was based from, is going to get 2 different releases. It's going to get one with the armor, like Jetfire has with his armor pieces, and without the armor, straight up just the basic, robot transformed, and 2 Keshigumus or muscles as they're called of this. So if you want to get some kind of companion piece to have finally a proper G1 toy accurate Jetfire to go with your decoys, now you're going to get a chance to do it. And the good thing with Super 7 is these things are ridiculously cheap. So you could get your pack of 3 for $6, and you'll probably end up with 2 extra others. We don't know how the assortment's going to work because you always get these packs and they're always the same consistently. So you might get, chances are you're probably not going to get the 2 VF1S Roy Fokker versions together. They're probably going to space it out. The way that I see it, there's 12 figures. There's going to be 4 packs with 3 each. From what it looks like, there's 4 different human figures. They're probably going to do something where maybe it's going to be Roy Fokker. He's going to come with his Valkyrie, and then maybe, I don't know, one of those Zentradi bipods there. Maybe they'll do Min May with one of the other Valkyries, and I don't know, maybe the SD1S, whatever. I don't know. Point is that we're going to be able to order these soon from Super 7's website, and you'll be able to finally have a companion piece that you could now have with your decoys and have your true Jetfire. I know that a while back, when Revoltech was a thing, and we had all these Revoltechs based off of Transformer designs, Optimus Prime, Ultra Magnus was a special release, Megatron, Hot Rod, Starscream. Revoltech at the same time, in the same line, in the same style, also did the traditional Roy Fockery Valkyrie and Rick Hunter, aka Hikaru Valkyrie. And I remember picking that up, bringing it to one of my local hobby shops, and asking the guy who runs it, who's like an amazing customizer and painter, could you just do some mild touch ups and sprays and make it look exactly like G1 Jetfire? And just because that was the only way, especially at that time when those Revoltex came out in the very early 2000s, there was no Jetfire figures of anything because, well, they tried to avoid that PR nightmare. Although things have changed since then, but back then, so like I said, yet another way to get a Decoy Jetfire to your G1 accuracy, and that's a cool thing that's coming out from Super 7. So keep an eye out for that. I just want to also cover another thing too. Wendell's been absent the past two segments or so. He's been going through some stuff in his personal life right now. He will be back. It's just that when we record our day-to-day show, sometimes stuff does come up. So he's been busy the past two previous days. So he will be back. So just be sure to give him a shout out and let him know that you miss him.